Ladies and gentlemen, WrestleMania is stacking up as WWE has returned to Madison Square Garden. So I'm not going to waste time. Let's get to the show, as the show started off with Cody Rhodes. Now you're probably asking, what's Cody Rhodes doing on Monday Night Raw? Well, we for sure found out why he was there. So obviously he asked the crowd in Madison Square Garden, what do you guys want to talk about? All of a sudden, Stephanie McMahon comes out. It's pretty rare to see Stephanie McMahon nowadays. Do you guys remember the Authority that happened all the way back in 2013, which lasted almost forever? So then Cody was quite confused on why Stephanie was out there. So he said, I'm surprised to see you out here. So Stephanie said, I don't know what you're surprised about. My last name is McMahon, and this is the place where my grandfather built. So now Stephanie starts talking about Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Cody, I have bad news for Randy Orton and you. You choose to be loyal to your values, and you believe you brought out the best in your rivals. But this time, you can't. With this version of Randy Orton, it's diabolical. Cody, your father Dusty Rhodes thought in a diabolical way, but I see that you don't think like your father. This version of Cody Rhodes can't handle this version of Randy Orton. So then Cody responds and he says, Stephanie, I know everything about Randy Orton. I'm not afraid of Randy Orton. And Steph, you weren't your father either. Oh boy. Cody mentioned Vince without even saying his name. So after Cody said what he said, Stephanie ends up slapping Cody Rhodes. Then she tells Cody, unless you want to think like Randy, then you are going to lose that title. And at WrestleMania could be the last time that you would be introduced as the undisputed WWE champion. So after that, Stephanie was about to leave. Cody Rhodes turns her around, and then he says, Stephanie McMahon, I got 2 words for you. And it wasn't suck it. The fans chanted, suck it. But he actually said, thank you. And that was the end of the segment. Stephanie McMahon was basically there to warn Cody about this new side of Randy Orton. Well, not new, but the old 2009 edition of Randy Orton. Because remember, Stephanie McMahon was taken out by Randy Orton while Triple H was handcuffed, by the way. So Stephanie being in this was quite interesting, honestly. But now I want to move on to Brock Lesnar. This man is in wrestling gear. Here I thought he was going to have a match. Mind you, he hasn't had a match in Monday Night Raw since 2002. So as Paul Heyman was doing his usual promo about Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar takes the microphone away from him, and then he calls out Oba Femi. Adam Pearce comes out with a bunch of security guards, and he tells Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman, it's not going to happen, you gotta wait until WrestleMania. All of a sudden, Oba Femi comes out. As this man, Oba Femi, is coming down to the ring, he takes out a bunch of security guards. He even also takes down Adam Pearce. So he marches around the ring just like how Brock Lesnar does. Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi couldn't stop staring at each other. Oba Femi is in the ring, and he's going face to face with Brock Lesnar. They're about to fight. All of a sudden, Triple H enters the ring, and he was there to make sure that Oba Femi and Brock Lesnar don't fight each other. Because if they do, I'm pretty sure Triple H will have the decision to call off the match. Well, thank God he didn't call off the match, because the match is still happening at WrestleMania. So then I want to move on to Paul Heyman. He's going back out there because he wanted to address the fans. But then Adam Pearce comes out and keeps reminding him about the emails that were sent to Paul Heyman. Heyman said, I don't need to check any emails. So Pearce announced that Seth Rollins is now officially cleared to wrestle. Paul Heyman, with the look on his face, did not know any of this. You should have read the emails, Paul. So Seth Rollins' music hits, the crowd starts singing, oh. Seth Rollins is behind Paul Heyman. He has a chair, and he strikes Paul Heyman once again with the chair. So then, he lays Paul Heyman down on the chair, and he was going to do a curb stomp, but then all of a sudden, he gets pulled out by Gunther. Gunther attacks Seth Rollins and puts him to sleep. everybody was wondering what the heck Gunther was gonna do at WrestleMania. Because the original plans for Gunther at WrestleMania, that he was going to face Rey Mysterio. You know how Gunther is supposed to be the career killer. I bet WWE was gonna have Rey Mysterio put his career on the line against Gunther at WrestleMania. But we're not getting that because unfortunately, Rey Mysterio is injured. So now WWE had to, I know everybody says this word nowadays, pivot for Gunther to face Seth Rollins now. Now the thing is, both Gunther and Seth Rollins had no idea what they're doing for WrestleMania. Apparently Seth Rollins was supposed to face Braun Breaker. Where was Braun Breaker? Is he not ready yet? And as for Gunther, since Rey Mysterio was injured, Gunther was literally almost left out of WrestleMania. So thank goodness that both Seth Rollins and Gunther are going to end up facing each other at WrestleMania. Now I want to move on to the face-off between Roman Reigns and CM Punk. So Roman Reigns comes out first. Obviously, you know exactly what he says. Madison Square Garden, New York City, acknowledge me. All of a sudden, CM Punk comes out. And this man doesn't even have a microphone. He taped up his damn hand and he wanted to fight. Punk gets in the ring and starts fighting with Roman Reigns. Punk and Reigns take it to the outside now. Now, both of these guys are being separated by officials and security guards. Roman Reigns breaks free and spears Petey Williams, who's a WWE official, but that gave CM Punk an advantage to beat down Roman Reigns. Punk clears out the announce table, and then he starts beating down Roman Reigns a lot more, even with Adam Pearce and all the other officials are screaming at Punk to stop this BS. Punk lifts up Reigns, which I thought he would never do, and he actually powerbombs Reigns through the announce table. Much like how Roman Reigns gave CM Punk a powerbomb through the table last week on Monday Night Raw. Punk beats down Reigns even more, and then he stands tall, and that's how Monday Night Raw goes off the air. Now, I said this on Twitter. If these guys had nothing to say to each other, then why book the segment? Why not book it for the final week before WrestleMania? We only have 2 weeks now till WrestleMania. This should have been the go-home show to WrestleMania. Why did WWE have to push WrestleMania till the middle of April? This WrestleMania build has been confusing as of late, but I can probably trust with this match card that we're having now. But what did you guys think of this week's Monday Night Raw? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, tap the notification bell for more videos, follow me on Twitter at Show, and I'll see you in the next one.